Now, you played with one of the top pests in hockey of all time,
Let me guess.
Matt Barnaby.
Matthew Joseph Thomas Barnaby.
How many fights did he instigate that you had to end?
Oh, Matthew was beautiful. I love Matthew. I'll tell you what, that guy was such a competitor, and he fought big guy. He didn't care how big you were. He
Oh yeah, he
didn't
fought
care who
everybody.
you were. He would run his mouth till something popped, but he was not one of the guys that went out. Yeah, he stirred up a lot, and we ended up getting involved a lot of the times because of it. But in most cases, he stood up himself and he took care of it all himself. He loved what came with it, the attention, the people cheering and people talking about him, and he said any attention's good attention, and that's kind of the way he played the game and lived his life. But oh my God, there was no limitations with this guy. He would say stuff out there that you just like, oh my God.
Like right out of Slapshot kind of.
Oh, there was no limits. There was no limits. There was nothing off base. It was just boom. Whatever came into his head, it came out of his mouth. And I respect the heck out of him for it because, like, I talk about myself not being a big guy. This guy is smaller and skinnier than what I was at the time.
Yeah.
And but man, he would compete and compete so hard that I think he competed so hard it ended up breaking him most of the time, hurting himself because there was no stop button.
And what was he like off the ice? Was he the same kind of guy or no?
Oh, super guy. We lived together for a long time, and we got to know each other too well sometimes, and we had some great times. But he just had that knack of, I'm not saying trouble following him, but there was always something going on around Matthew. He never let a day slip by. He lives life to the fullest every day, and Brad May's another one of those guys. Their motors just go. They just go, and they're getting the most out of life. They don't leave any days on the shelf. They go, and it's great. Off the ice, Matthew, a totally different person. If you got to know him, he's kind, he's nice, he's great to my family, my parents. My parents love the guy. My friends back home when he'd come and visit or they'd come down, he was so good to everybody. He's just you can't say too much bad about the guy.
Well, I mean, opponents didn't like him too much because he had a way of getting underneath people's skin, right?
He had a way of saying things that he would have guys just going nuts. Like, I mean, they wouldn't even know they were playing hockey anymore because he would have them crazy about something that he said or, continue to say or just need on. And, after he left when he went to Pittsburgh, him and Lindy Ruff really didn't see eye to eye. And, Matthew, one of the first games back in Buffalo with Pittsburgh, his mouth was just going, and just you could just imagine the stuff that was coming out of his mouth and towards the players, to Lindy, to whomever would be listening.
Yeah.
And finally Lindy's like, get that little bastard, like and I'm like, are you kidding me? I gotta go out and do it. So I go out and I'm mad because I told him to shut up a few times and he just, oh, what, and he just kept going on, but it pushed it to the limit where Lindy was like, take care of this. And I grabbed on him and I was so furious with him because, he didn't stop. And I'm like screaming at him and then he's screaming at me and we did more screaming back and forth to each other than hitting. And I remember hitting him and I got a great I think it's a 3-picture sequence of my hand like hitting his mouth.
Yeah.
And the next picture is you can see his fake teeth in the front about 2 inches outside of his mouth. And then, the next one is me following through and you can still see the teeth going. So it's a pretty cool picture.
But then you're best of billion best friends after, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Why not? We fought just as much at home as we did on the ice.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, fight.